Hello all, welcome to Broadcasting and Streaming Technique class. This is Dr. Sakimoto. We are discussing about DVB-T, terrestrial transmission of digital television, DVB-T. We have discussed about DVB-T standard, DVB-T carriers. Let's see about hierarchical modulation. Let's see about hierarchical modulation. To ensure that reliable reception is still guaranteed even in poor conditions, hierarchical modulation is provided as an option in DVB-T. Without it, for example, a signal to noise ratio which is too bad will lead to a hard fall off the cliff, otherwise known as brick wall effect. You don't get anything. If the signal to noise ratio is very low, you cannot see, you cannot listen. In the case of the frequently used DVB-T transmission with a 64 QAM modulation and a code rate of 3/4 or 2/3, the limit of stable reception is at a signal to noise ratio of just under 20 dB. So in this session, the details of the hierarchical modulation or coding will be explained more fully. If hierarchical modulation is used, the DVB-T modulator has two transport stream inputs and two FEC blocks. One transport stream with a low data rate is fed into the so-called high priority path and provided with a large amount of error protection. Example, by selecting the code rate of 1/2. A second transport stream with a higher data rate is supplied in parallel to the low priority path and is provided with the less error protection. Example, with a code rate of 3/4. In principle, both high priority and low priority transport streams can contain the same programs but at different data rates, that is with a different amount of compression. However, the two can also carry completely different payloads. On the high priority path, QPSK is used, which is a particularly robust type of modulation. On the low priority path, a higher level of modulation is needed due to the higher data rate. In DVB terrestrial DVB-T, the individual payload carriers are not modulated with a different type of modulation. Instead, each payload carrier transmits portions both LP and of HP. The high priority path is transmitted and so-called embedded QPSK in 16 QAM or 64 QAM. Look at figure number 7. This figure number 7 shows the case of QPSK embedded in 64 QAM. The LP information is carried by the discrete cancellation point and the HP is described by the quadrant. A cloud of 8 times 8 points in the quadrant as a whole thus corresponds virtually to the total cancellation point of the QPSK in this quadrant. A 64 QAM modulation enables 6 bits per symbol that is to be transmitted. However, since the quadrant information as QPSK, this quadrant information diverts 2 bits per symbol for the HP stream. Only 4 bits per symbol remains for the transmission of the LP stream. So the gross data rates for LP and HP thus have a fixed rate of 4:2 to one another. In addition, the net data rates are dependent on the code rate used. QPSK embedded in 16 QAM is also possible. The ratio between the gross data rate of LP and HP is then 2:2. To make the QPSK of the high priority path more robust, that is less susceptible to interference, the cancellation diagram can be spread at the I-axis and the Q-axis. You look at the factor alpha, okay? The factor alpha of 2 or 4 increases the distance between the individual quadrant of the 16 QAM or 64 QAM diagrams. The higher the alpha is, the more insensitive, the higher the priority paths. The more insensitive the high priority path becomes, and the more sensitive the low priority path becomes. Since the discrete constellation points move closer together. Look at figure number 8. Figure number 8. Figure number 8 shows the 6 possible constellations with hierarchical modulation. That is 64 QAM with alpha is equal to 1, alpha is equal to 2, alpha is equal to 4. And 16 QAM with alpha is equal to 1, alpha is equal to 2, and alpha is equal to 4. The information about the presence or absence of hierarchical modulation and the alpha factor and the code rate for LP and HP are transmitted in the TPS carriers. This information is evaluated in the receiver, which automatically adjusts its demapper accordingly. The decision to demodulate high priority or low priority in the receiver can be made automatically. It depends upon the current conditions of the reception, channel bit error rate, okay, or left to the user to select manually. Hierarchical modulation is provided as an option in modern DVB-T chipsets and set-top boxes, since in practice no additional hardware is required. In many DVB-T receivers, however, no software is provided for this option, since it is currently not used in any country. At the beginning of 2002, hierarchical modulation was tested in field tests in Australia, but it is currently not used there either. We will discuss about the very big chapter in the next session, that is called DVB-T system parameters of 8 or 7 or 6 MHz channel.